With over 11,000 games and half a million earned, some might say he is the greatest of all time. But the clips you're about to see just speak for themselves. This is Beaulo's story, and 11 times he proved he is the best. Let's go back to 2019 when Beaulo was just about to make his pro debut against the upcoming Spacestation at the DreamHack Montreal. Beaulo was coming into the tournament after signing for TSM 3 days before turning 18. And to understand what comes next and how he became the god he is today, you need to see his first ever clutch in Pro League. Literally.
But no, Bosco will walk away from that one in great success. Now peeking around bathroom as Achieve takes out Thinking Nade. Beaulo next in line. Chala takes out Achieved. There's Beaulo to drop Bosco. And everybody's trading back and forth. But it's the Claymore of Beaulo as Chala tries to break on out. And it's a big round from TSM's newest member.
So Beaulo ended up clutching up, doing a 2v1 and getting the final kill, which led to a decent performance. TSM and Spacestation ended in a draw. However, before this, Beaulo had faced many cheating allegations from playing ranked games against pros who believed he was cheating. He could always prove the haters wrong. For example, on LAN, he could show them that he is just naturally gifted and just better than everyone else. This is Beaulo's first win in LAN, but this isn't precisely Beaulo's only LAN win, as you will find out later.
I think TSM might overextend through office, and out of nowhere, Beaulo's just in the site. What is going on? How is he even able to enter? Now he's got control. Hopefully, the bomb is being planted out of nowhere. TSM making an aggressive rush and a rush plant. This might work out for TSM.
Sexy King able to take down 2 there, but a trade out from Beaulo. Now we stand at a 3v3 in the post plant scenario. Another one rotating down, but Pauly will get one. Beaulo with 3 on the round now, looking for more. It's down to the 2v2. Sexy Cake and PSG collapsing from the blue bar in the kitchen area, trying to bring in some yokai drones. Drones on the attacking side being sent out as well. Beaulo not spotting the yokai, coming closer and closer as the Jaws music amplifies. But now in the hallway, that's 4 for Beaulo. Will he get the ace, turning the corner?
Give it to him!
Beaulo!
Let's go!
Give him the ace, put it in the montage. TSM up 2-0.
The craziest thing...
But that isn't as good as you believe it might be. You are under much pressure to perform as a big streamer and a professional gamer. This usually leads to casters worrying about their mental state, particularly Beaulo. How exactly did Beaulo manage with the mental side against the fans? Well, here's what he said. In the very beginning, I was nervous every game day to the point where I stopped going on social media for 24 hours before games just so I didn't have to think about everyone talking about me and all the criticism behind my early game performances, saying that I wasn't fit for Pro League and was just another content creator. Over time, I blocked it out and mentally separated pro play from content creation. Let's say some Beaulo fans were a bit odd.
Given the fact that he has so minimal experience at that high of a level, it's really impressive how he's played. But I worry for him and I worry for his mental state because I've seen the way that his fans react when he doesn't do well or when he doesn't get a kill in just one round. He can be top fragging the whole game. He goes one round without a kill and half a Twitch chat will end up going, oh, Beaulo's washed, get rid of Beaulo, drop Beaulo. The people who know the game well, I think, are aware of his shortcomings and his strengths as a player. And so far, he's done better than a lot of us expected. However,
leading up to the DreamHack and the tournaments before it, it looked like all the haters were being proven correct, as Beaulo had received a rating of 0.83, the lowest in the team at the LAN of Rayleigh. But this would change at DreamHack Montreal, where he had a breakout performance, leading his team to win it and claiming an MVP for himself.
Piece, so they all collect back in towards that diffuser in front of the white van. Beautiful shot there from Beaulo as he ducks and darts around that car outside. That's gonna trade though, but everyone at Liquid solo HP, everyone's wrapping it up. It's all Paulo alone now in the 1v2 to keep Liquid alive. As he comes down yellow stairs, there's no chance. North American, you have another champion at DreamHack.
And not just not just one specific team. This is TSM. There's been so much doubt on this roster. They've had so many different changes. They've had to just overcome so much adversity. And look at this.
He finished the tournament with 144 kills and 90 deaths in 142 rounds and a whopping KD of 1.60, with the next closest players being 1.36. After leading such a good performance at DreamHack, Beaulo was at the top of his game, and the following clip will show exactly that. Beaulo was playing a regular ranked game one day when he suddenly realized that 4 Evil Geniuses players were in the lobby on the other team. At the time, Evil Genius had just been runners-up in the Pro League Finals in 2019, so they were a pretty big deal, but Beaulo walked through them like they were pub players.
I'm right into Asia. Well, I have 1 HP, and I'm gonna request assistance ASAP.
What?
Christ.
She's on 1 HP. What is this?
In that game? That was spawn up video one more time, pal. There we go.
Beaulo had just killed TroyCanadian like it was nothing. If you thought that last ace was impressive, you have to imagine how impressive it would be if you slammed that subscribe button right now. However, this next clip might be even better. So, Beaulo's quad kill against DarkZero shows his quick aim and mechanical skill. Without context, you would believe this is just a pub match.
Apparently he was looking for a run in those Nike free runs. I don't necessarily know what was going on there, but more hell breaks loose across the map as Mint picks up one, but Beaulo immediately refrags on a swing at a 90 window. Still worried about someone hopping inside of his wolf, but doesn't have to worry about too much anymore. Gio's the only one on site. Beaulo still picking up the odds and ends off site though, contesting red stairs, takes down Mint, and now it's on to timer for DarkZero. Only 10 seconds remain here as they need to force themselves into sight. Case currently on hot and cold. Hyper inside of Planes and Games as well. They try to force their way in. The ult is not powerful enough though. 1v1, they have the nitro cell, but they don't know where he is. Beaulo trying to contest. He sets the nitro off, but the flames are getting to Hyper. Is he going to get through it? He does. He's got 1 HP. This is doable, but he ends up getting down by Beaulo. He fights his way through, but does he know Hyper's been down? He pre-fires anyways. That was such a scary situation as Hyper being the only operator playing Sophia that can res themselves. Things could have got real kooky right there.
With just 10 seconds on the clock, Beaulo wipes them all out. We're halfway through the video and still have 5 clips left. You won't believe the last clip where Beaulo would cement a legacy in Rainbow Six Siege history. But one thing that Beaulo wanted to do was win. The Six Invitational is the biggest tournament for R6 viewers and players. Can Beaulo live up to his name if he doesn't have the most important tournament? That is where this would all change. So we start with the group stages. TSM's first game was up against Team BDS. Everyone thought TSM was going to get knocked out early, and BDS wasn't exactly a pushover team, just coming off the back of winning the European League 2021 3 months prior. So Beaulo tore through the whole of the BDS team, going through one after the other.
Digging deep and taking control of Elbow, taking control of Blue, drops the ADS and it's the swing of Beaulo down the core of Long, a triple fed to him by a team that did not expect it. Renshiro, he's got an important fight that he takes, gives him a little bit of the backline, but there is TSM taking control, sweeping aside the hold from before.
This next clip you might remember from earlier. For his debut Spacestation, this time he ended up getting a quad kill in the group stage of the Six Invitational 2021.
Trying to put some pressure down. Oh, that's teamwork, and that's trying to save Private Rampy now as he's holding on for the best of his ability, but Beaulo is there to get a double of his own inside the kitchen from deep. There's just one more man lying down in the corner. They're well aware, and it's Merc who's going to be able to pull together. Beaulo! From under to the top, luggage packed and sent home. Get out of here. This is a TSM round, and it's only one man trying to keep the cool vibes done, but no more a 4K.
With them going on to win the whole game 7-4 to TSM, TSM ended up finishing at the top of the table, where the Space Station, let's say, just scraped, going through to the upper brackets. So the year is now 2022, and Beaulo has had some good performances over the years, but it was all leading up to this moment, the Six Invitational 2022. If TSM won, they would have a grand prize of £1 million as a team to split, with an overall $3 million prize pool being the biggest in Rainbow Six Siege history. Coming into this tournament, TSM were nowhere near the favorites, and they were actually seen as a team that would be knocked out in the opening rounds.
TSM, early exit.
No roster moves since the middle of last year, so Achieved, Beaulo, Chala, Gio, and Merc you'd think would have had enough time to perfect their formula by now.
TSM, they've definitely had a rough year for sure. There's a lot of pressure on TSM.
They had to play qualifiers to even make it. Their roster was stale. But most importantly, they lost when it mattered most, time and time again.
They are possibly on the very final round of the entire tournament. If they can close it out here, that'll be that. And if not, we just keep on going.
I mean,
Look
it's
at that.
it's their map, and they just
can
got
feel
Dan
it.
off the board. How has this happened already? And you know what? As much as that pressure's heavy, you know what's even heavier? The hammer. So you want to hoist that. That's what you want to lift up. Down goes always.
Another
TSM
one.
are in such good shape. Scyther a desperation
Another
swing,
one.
and suddenly it's a 5v2. TSM are in full control of this series, and they've only got 2 more bodies to find. The smoke of Shepard is down below. Joystick, where does he sit? That's the question. Watching for a repel, potentially for one on the roof. He could engage, but he gets smoked by Achieved. It's a 5v1. If there's ever been the time for a flawless round, it's now. Everything on the line for TSM. What a year it's been from them. And it's all now Shepard to try and stop it. Empire have come so close before, but they've fallen short, and they'll do so again. TSM said, trust the process. The process just won you a world championship. TSM are your 6th Invitational 2022 world champs.
Beaulo gets a double kill in the last round, and TSM claims a flawless round, winning the World Championship. So, you might be wondering what's following next. He had done everything. He just had to defend the World Championship to cement his legacy. Then, all of a sudden...
No easy way to do this. I am retiring from Rainbow Six Pro Play.
The community was shocked.
God damn it. This might be my first time ever crying on camera. This shit's crazy. Oh boy. Thank you guys. Just really.
So what exactly was next for Beaulo, who went from cheating allegations to a world champion in the space of 3 years? Well, he decided to retire and focus on content creation, which you can tell certainly worked out for him. He was only 21 when he retired, as it is relatively normal to retire at that age in the esports industry. Beaulo came out of retirement in 2023 and joined DarkZero. People always felt that Beaulo had never reached his full potential, so they were pleased to see him return. Another player on the rise was Spoit, one of the best players in the scene. This game was a head-to-head Spoit versus Beaulo. The stakes were not only about the game, but their legacy. Beaulo, an all-time great, against the up-and-coming, recently popular Spoit.
Noodle almost lost his life to a C4. So brilliant start for DZ, but Spoit gets one back in return, and there's still a roamer up here. We still have Canadian.
Bolo's going to come up solo and join him there.
Oh, he's seen the gun.
It looks like he knows that he's there, but he's going to have a difficult engagement, and he almost certain doesn't know about Bolo at the top of the stairs, but it isn't going to stop him from taking Canadian down.
But there are no C4s left. There's nothing that DC have to deny.
Bolo in prime position, comes out of ADS at the wrong time, but still finds a kill. Picks up the second on the vert. He's tracked this whole time. He's the pistol. He's rolling back the years. 3 kills on the round, and it's all down to cameraman. He's pushing through. He's aggressive. Bolo with the pistol in hand. A quad kill on the round.
Yet, again, Beaulo proved his worth to Spoit that he wasn't messing around. Going into this last clip, DarkZero needed to win one more round to win the whole game. The crowd and the atmosphere were booming with excitement. Will DarkZero go through? Or will M80 come back and shock the crowd?
Can he stop the plant? Kino, though, has tapped NGR's head off. Spoit is taking up that same position that cameraman was in. Noodle now on the creep around. But Noodle just has to try and stay alive, has to try and stay above.
We've been caught out on the drone there. Beaulo going to find one onto Spoit. 2 versus 3 right now. Noodle, he does have the vert, but DarkZero have got the option of avoiding that vert. They don't need to directly play underneath that Nath. He's going to start to get the plant down. Noodle's desperately going to try and make something happen, but Pamba's on for 3. He might even pick a 4th up here as a desperate attempt for a C4 comes out from Noodle, and he has to make this rotation. He's got to get through the player at the bottom of Solar, but look at DarkZero. They have scattered here. We do have a player at the top of Ivy. That's going to be Nath, but Noodle has got to be cautious about the clock here. He really can't give too much time away. He needs to start thinking about getting these kills, and this is for everything. Who better than Panda to pick up that final kill and to send DarkZero into the semi-final tomorrow.
Beaulo's team DarkZero won against Spoit's M80 and progressed to the next round. He will want to perform at the next 6 Invitational. In the last one, he came in 6th place. The real question is, Will he get another hammer? If you enjoyed these 11 ridiculous Beaulo plays, I'm sure you will like to see 14 more from various creators in Rainbow Six Siege's history. See you in the next one.